Have you heard of the scandal that shook the Indian IT scene? $1 billion giant gone in a blink? A company's lies, a shocking fall exposing the truth behind it all. By now, you must have understood who we are talking about. The answer is Satyam Computers, a once esteemed IT powerhouse that fell apart due to financial misrepresentation. But what's the real story behind this massive corporate fraud? How did a company that was once the pride of India's IT sector end up in disgrace? Let's dive deep into the shocking downfall of Satyam Computers. How did it all start? Satyam Computer Services Limited was founded in 1987 by B. Ramalinga Raju in Hyderabad, India. It started as an IT services company and quickly became one of India's top software firms, competing with industry leaders like Infosys, Wipro and TCS. Satyam gained a reputation for delivering quality IT solutions and had a global presence serving Fortune 500 companies. By the early 2000s, it was a symbol of India's booming IT sector. From the outside, Satyam seemed like a shining star in India's corporate landscape. But was it really? Satyam's successful business life. Things were flourishing for Satyam Computers, and it was one of India's leading IT companies, delivering software development, business outsourcing, and consulting services to clients worldwide. By 2008, it had over 53,000 employees and operations in more than 60 countries. The company was listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange, the National Stock Exchange, and even the New York Stock Exchange. Satyam even received multiple awards for corporate excellence and was seen as a major contributor to India's IT revolution. Everything seemed perfect. Or was it? What was the scam actually? Satyam's financial success was built on a massive lie. For years, the company manipulated its financial statements to show inflated profits and revenue. Ramalinga Raju, the founder and chairman, falsified accounts by inflating cash reserves, understating liabilities, and overstating revenues. Fake invoices were created and non-existent bank balances were reported to project strong financial health. The company also manipulated operating margins to maintain investor confidence and secure loans. In reality, Satyam was a sinking ship masked by false numbers. How did it all uncover? The scam unraveled in January 2009 when Ramalinga Raju himself confessed to the fraud. In a shocking letter to the board, he admitted that the company had been falsifying accounts for years and that nearly 7,136 crores rupees worth of cash and bank balances were non-existent. His confession came after an aborted attempt to use Satyam's funds to acquire two companies owned by his family, Matus Infra and Matus Properties. The deal raised suspicion among investors and regulators, leading to closer scrutiny of Satyam's financials. Once the truth was out, panic set in and Satyam's stock price crashed by over 75% in a single day. What were the consequences? Ramalinga Raju, along with key executives, was arrested and charged with fraud, forgery, and breach of trust. India's IT sector suffered a credibility crisis, shaking investor confidence. Satyam's clients, including global giants like Nestle, General Electric, and Ford, scrambled to secure their projects. To save the company and its employees, the Indian government intervened and appointed a new board to manage operations. Tech Mahindra later acquired Satyam and merged it with itself, renaming the company as Mahindra Satyam before fully integrating it into Tech Mahindra in 2013. Despite the takeover, the scam left a lasting impact on corporate governance practices in India. The current scenario. The Satyam scandal led to significant reforms in corporate governance and financial reporting in India. The Indian government introduced stricter regulations under the Companies Act, and the Securities and Exchange Board of India tightened its oversight on listed firms. Ramalinga Raju and other key executives were sentenced to 7 years in prison, although legal battles continued for years. Even today, the Satyam scam remains one of the biggest corporate frauds in India's history, serving as a cautionary tale of the dangers of financial misrepresentation. What does the Satyam scam teach us? The Satyam scandal exposed the critical need for transparency and ethical corporate governance. It highlighted the importance of independent audits, stringent regulatory oversight, and investor awareness to prevent financial fraud. Organizations and investors must remain vigilant, ensuring financial integrity and accountability in every business transaction. The fall of Satyam Computers is a lesson in corporate ethics, showing that no matter how successful a company appears, fraudulent practices can lead to its downfall.